Hey everybody, this is Cyrock Omega, and welcome back to some more Dungeons & Dragons campaign preparation. The last time we worked on some of our first steps after the campaign begins. I imagine it would probably... we've got enough for like the very first session. Maybe more, depending on how it goes. Possible they also might need a bit more in the first session, depending on how long we go and how much they blow through. They could just not do anything that I might have alluded to, even though I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it clear to them that that sort of stuff is, that interesting things gonna happen, the beneficial stuff. So you've got and then we could be working on the stuff directly after that. Well, it could be in session 2, or might even still be in session 1, but I'm not feeling like doing that right now. I kind of want to work on some stuff that may be more it's a bit more a bit farther in the future. Where are they going to be afterwards, after they leave this little island that we have here in the very center of things? So right now I've got this on the world map, and it's clunky because this thing is massive, quite large. So I don't know. I mean, I want to work on... I might just need to say, alright, the geography of all this is good, and just leave it, and then just move over to, like, move all this to a smaller map, and work on the regional sort of stuff. But even then, I don't want to have to I don't want to have to put political things on the world map. Maybe I won't even do political things on the world map. Maybe I won't even deal with this kind of stuff. Maybe I will just go with geography as is. That's certainly a possibility. If it becomes absolutely unwieldy, then I think I will do that. But for now, let's just stick with this. It'll be our end-all, be-all map. So, they are starting on this island right up here, and they're gonna make their way around here. Let's get the music on. So, why don't we? Now, this just makes everything chug. Because I changed up the borders of the island quite a bit. I mean, I could always just copy and paste things again over to here, but hopefully the second one won't be too ridiculous. Did add names to these guys, Costa and Haste. I think those are going to be sort of the invaders, their cities. But yeah, let's get some music going. This is definitely a short stream because I started this real late. I was considering playing some U4 or Hoi 4. Then I turned to 10 o'clock and it's like, I don't want to start one of those that late. Alright, chill tunes. This just makes everything go real slow. Shuffle all. Alright. You don't talk about Flight Club. Cool. So between these two maps, I moved things around quite a bit. The thing is that I changed up the island over here. Like, this is totally different. I changed up the borders quite a bit. This I have right here is Regnum. Wondering if I should change the name as well, like I mean, it's a very long time between Reigns and Regnum. Also, Regnum might sound like rectum. Maybe just call it Reg. Reg. Regna. Regnus? Regnopolis? More Greek. Oh, we'll deal with that as it comes, but I think right now, yeah, let's actually go ahead and transfer this over so it doesn't just take forever. So approximately this 9.5 inches east-west to about 10 inches north-south. Go ahead and do that. All right. Hey, Turbocharge, how's it going, man? Just doing some chill Dungeons and Dragons preparation for a campaign I'm doing. Not that much. I don't need nearly this much. Alright, let's do this. We don't need nearly that much in the north. We can just not even bother with it. Yeah, how you been, dude? Copy. Oh, hold on, no, that's political too, isn't it? Right, copy. That's a better one to copy. That was cut, or whatever. That's what it's based on. I really just chopped up a map of the British Isles. It was the same size. This whole area is going to be based on the British Isles. All right. Cool. Campaign. It's taking place in sort of a. I like to base my campaigns, at least in this world, a lot on real world history, so that it's very. It's kind of a mix between Viking Age and post-Roman Britain. So it's kind of like a mix between about 400 to 800 AD. It's not exactly one or the other, it's taking elements from both in a number of ways. but very early medieval. Either way. So, oh crap, and the river. River is not here. Like the river. That also would be good, but that won't be for a while. Let's go ahead and actually... Geography. And I'll just trace over this little bit here. Because I kind of like the positioning of that river. No, I'm not going to be streaming it. I kind of would, but partly we've got a lot of new players. And also Chris has either a terrible computer or a terrible microphone or terrible internet. One of those, or a combination of three. I feel like a lot of the stuff he says just gets cut out. And I don't want to have to, in the middle of like an important scene, be like, Chris, I didn't hear half of that. Alright, good enough. Oh, yes it would. Yes, it would indeed. Yep, all custom, all homemade stuff. Hmm. This is not what I want to be working on right now, but I don't want to get this. I could select both of these. Actually, just do the one. I'm gonna use it first of all for my reference, but also I can probably send it to the rest of the players. Not that one. Might probably be best if I... Screw it. Alright, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see if I could just add another layer and try and get this, try and match them on top of each other. Approximately. Oh, screw that as well. Just for this. No. I'm just doing all the stuff I don't want to be doing right now. Yeah, let's just go with that. Cool. That's what I want. Wrong thing. Now I'm just gonna close this. So my computer will stop just dying. All right. Now, Try to do a little bit. And gotta put the city around here somewhere. I'm gonna look, see if I can find the map again, a better map. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just gotta bring up the Anthera map again. I can see approximately where I can put brains again. Alright, let's see if we could possibly line them up or something. Get close to it. Ever so different, ever so different. Either way, it is right there. Let's go ahead. Let's make that river. Brush watercolor. I always forget about the stupid layers. Did I draw it on the wrong one like an idiot? Sure. Alright, and let's call it... I don't want to call it Regnum. What? Alright, let's see. I'll look it up in Latin translate, and also close this one. Close the big one. So things don't take forever. Now, actually, I'm gonna even open that one again and delete that river, because I don't want that river to be the canon. I want the bigger map to just be like, alright, here's the entire world. Here's the basic... I would like to take the smaller one and then copy and paste it onto the big one. I just copy this region, then from here, put it onto the big one. That would be preferable. So I'm actually just gonna leave it. From now on, this is gonna be the primary. But that really wouldn't work with different layers, too. Well, I don't know. I think I could line it up well enough. As long as I get it exact. Anyway. Translate. So, back to the actual purpose of this. Wait, hold on, I want to look at one more thing. Okay. So yeah, that is right there. What we're calling there. Not a large enough city to actually be on the map, but it's an important place here. Regnatory rain. Regnet. Do I even want to change the name? Should I just keep it as Reigns? What did I determine I actually wanted the thing to be? What I kind of divided up the areas sort of culturally. And I moved a lot of things over to Google Docs. Okay. Yeah, let's actually just go with... We'll just stick with Reigns. So let's go ahead and type that in here. I'll just be smallest. Oh, not here. All right. So they start here at Gaelg. Let's go ahead and just put the name there. Put it on the map, even though its size does not give it, does not make it worthy for such a thing. And then Belinium is a rather near city that's rather near there. And it's quite large. I've determined that I want it to be hold on. Yeah, I've determined that I want it to be about 30,000. That's a pretty sizable city for this period. That's essentially a smaller Londinium during the Roman period. And so I've decided to switch over a lot of my files to Google Docs, because that will be easier for me to have it on my tablet while I'm DMing. We don't need this to be bold. I'm not used to Google Docs, but I'll get used to it. And so for here, we've got... I'll leave it at 30,000. Government, we have some stuff about the government already written up somewhere. Oh, No, not quite that. But, yeah, it's getting where I wanted it to be at. It is in... geography? We have it in, not this one. No. That's a different one? I don't know why it's in a different dock. Where to control save it? Am I not able to save it? Okay, it did save it, I think. Or does it always stay open? Does it never close? What is this madness? Anyway. I want to find... planning... the Faithful Century. I've got a lot of stuff. Can I just be... Damn it, Google Docs. Could you just open it? Like... to edit first, please? This is Google Drive. Do I have to download it? Am I gonna have to constantly download and re-upload things? Can I look at things in my Google Docs from my tablet? How do I do this? Crazy technology thing. I can do it this way. Okay. Pressing buttons on my tablet. Oh, here we go. Alright, so what I've got here, the Faithful Century. Legatus, I haven't come up with his name. The commander and governor of Aurelian. That refused to leave the people undefended against the invaders, despite Remia withdrawing all support. Let's actually make this a sentence. Legatus' name is the commander and governor of Aurelian that refused to leave the people undefended against invaders, despite Remia withdrawing all support. The 100 legionnaires of a century stood by their commander and did not return to the Empire. They were each granted 100 acres. Their descendants. What was I thinking when I wrote this? I was not thinking in full sentences. They were to each be granted or promised or all promised 100 acres of land and their descendants and they would become their descendants would become the noble families of Elenium. As Anweric invaders landed in Aurelion, the Faithful Century led the defenses, but their peasant militias were unable to withstand the veteran attackers. They were eventually left only controlling the outpost of Elenium and the area around it. Alright, so this is basically just the Faithful Century. That's the name of the military group that pretty much dictates the city of Elenium. It is a holdout of the old empire. So I could say, Gotis. Okay, so the reason I'm explaining this here is why I've been going through this is because the proximity here and the fact that they will know about it will make Valinium a likely place for them to head to. It's pretty close. This would not take a long boat ride to get over here. It's a likely stop. It's the largest city, probably other than Reigns, I believe. I'll probably have Reigns be a larger city. Da, 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 da. So we've got I'm just gonna let's just delete this. Got political there. I don't know what date I want to put it at. Also, letter. You are. This may also be a pretty sizable city. Grandis. Let me see, what year did I actually have this beginning at? I don't have that on Google Docs quite yet. Beginning date? What? History, timeline stuff. I have not put that on there yet. Uh, 1337 is what I have this at. Leet. So I will just put it at 1337 for me in calendar. I believe that's the initials that I have for it. For me in era, RE. At least that's what I have so far for it, and I might put it in other places. So this is basically... This is another option. I find it less likely that they would go for this, because it is farther away, and also it is not there. The likely initial place they're gonna go to, I would say, would be wherever I say that... what do you call it? What's his name? That, Jean-Luc and Adan were intended to go, and they know where they were intended to go. Two of the characters were meant to meet up at a city before their boat was annihilated. So wherever I say they should be going is going to be where is another likely place. And I'll say that it's probably somewhere farther north, because they wouldn't have gone around. If it was going to Valenium or Grandis, they would have probably, because they're coming from around here. It's possible they could have. Oh yes, they're coming from around here or from around here. I haven't determined precisely where they set sail from. Go around here, maybe to there, around there to there, or there to there. There? Or it's like any way they would have gone. If it was to Valenium, they would have been going around south, not the north. And I don't really want to come up with a. I could just say you were. There was a storm and you went to take a different route north of the island for some reason. I don't know. That seems well contrived. So I'm not gonna bother with that one. I'm just gonna. Let's think about some locations. Where would we? Alright, I'm gonna bring up another document here. Now, this is a pretty diverse area. A lot of different cultures around here, although similar in a number of ways. This is what I have here: Aurelian campaign culture groups. So we've got High Elf Lords of the West, so old elves that have ruled in this area for a while. That would be in more around this area. In fact, let's go ahead and. Should I color them in? Get a political. I should just have this one be cities. And then have a political mode. Nah. Well, I could circle them. So anyway, just assume like these 5 islands and those little things in there. Those are the High Elf guys. Then the Wood Elf communities, which could be more self-sufficient, stereotypical sorts of hanging around the forests, prancing around kind of elves. Then we've got Elven culture influenced humans, which I'm sort of drawing on the old Britons. Sort of like, it's the sort of Celtic sort of culture that has a degree of influence from what would also be a pretty let me see here though. Like well, a pretty Celtic sort of culture, and I would like to have the Elvish culture be pretty Celtic, like old Irish sort of stuff. So, and then we've got Remian, Aurelian, Remnant humans, which are like Romano-Britons, which is the culture that has developed essentially in Valenium. That's the normal culture. They're not. The majority of the people there are refugees from... I should put that in the majority of the population. Let's put that into here. Um... 30,000 majority humans of a cultural hybrid between the Ramian rulers, ruling class, and Elvish influenced lower class. Alright, we have not come up with a name for the Legatus, who is the same ruler that ruled when the Empire fell, and he remained in here, because he is an elf, so he has lived a long time. Alright, for us right now, the Faithful Century, and it's recruitable. Alright, let's leave it at the Faithful Century. We can elaborate later. Lodging temples we'll deal with in a minute. At some point, sometime around then. Alright, so 30,000, sizable city. Majority human. Majority humans of a cultural hybrid between Ramian ruling class and Elvish influenced lower class. So pretty much they are Romano-Britons. Then we've got the first Anwaric invader wave, which are very Anglo-Saxon. So those guys are mostly going to be around these, like, southern bit of this island, a lot around there and there. Maybe around here. I'll think about that in a little bit. What exactly I want to be around there. I'm closing something else here. Alright, now. And then we've got the second Anwaric, and the Anwaric are very Germanic sorts of invaders that have Germanic culturally invaders that came in waves, taking land from the fallen Ramian Empire, you know, very Germanic invasion of Europe, fall of Rome style. So then we've got this one I'm making happen a good bit earlier. The second Anwaric invader wave, which is in Reigns specifically. Possibly more areas, I have not determined that. So these are, you could call it a Ramian Germanic invasion. It happened somewhat recently. I haven't actually put a date to it yet, because that's really what the Normans were, to a degree. I could actually call it more, it's realistically more Frankish, because it would be the Germanic invaders that be the historical parallel are Germans that come to Europe and are Latinized in a number of ways, which is you could call Frankish, possibly just even French. What happened to Normans was that was just a later group of guys that showed up and were Francicized, which were essentially Germans that were already Latinized. So it's like they got a double injection of Latin there. We'll call Frankish slash... Oh, that's a Frankish slash French. No, I'll just leave it at Norman for now. So, yeah, Norman invaders of sorts. And then we've got Iberno Normans, which are the same guys up here that have taken another melding with a number of half-elf communities. Elven communities. Which we'll have around there, maybe here. It's like all these southern islands. I feel like these would be a far more peaceful invasion, very un-Norman, but it's more like, all right, you need somebody with armies to come over here and rule, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. We'll just take up residence because there's a huge power vacuum that needs to be filled, or else somebody's gonna take it by force. And then we've got the new Unweric invaders, which is going to be a big part of the current campaign, is that there are Viking invaders coming around and taking up spots in all of their in all their everything. I haven't picked exactly where they're going to be showing up because it's going to be happening pretty much as the campaign begins. And then we've got a bunch of other things. Dwarven kingdoms, we could kind of just put Scottish, Scots, because they're going to be all up in the northern area. Like some of the last real actual dwarven kingdoms on this continent that are fully independent up all around here, because you know how the dwarves always have Scottish accents, always. And so that's where I feel like they should be say they should be heading. I have another map somewhere of a bunch of cities that I placed around here. I'll take a look at that in a second, and I'll start putting those down. But also, we got Eladrins, Orcs, Goblinoids, Dragons, that are other forces that can be hanging around. So, do I have a different map? It has all the cities that I'm talking about in. I don't think I do. I haven't put them on Anthera. Old. Because this is something that I did. Oh man, I'm looking at a really old map here. One that I worked on forever ago. And it looks like crap because it's a bunch of just copy and pasted images slapped together. It does not work. I'm just gonna put you over here so it's at least a little bit more visually interesting. I think I might only have cities placed in my Civ 5 map maker thing. Yeah. Let's go ahead and open that then. Good old Civ 5 SDK. Man, I used this thing to make my maps forever ago. I think I don't even know when I started using Paint.net primarily. Maybe been 5 years since I've really used this thing for maps. Because it's just a bunch of hexes. And I wanted to do much more specified areas. So I could just place cities anywhere, but I kind of want to have at least a little bit more of a precedent, more than where I plop down cities anywhere before. Running a hand sanitizer. For this one, at least. I've got a million more. A bag. I want to get every little drop out. I gotta spit on my hand accidentally. Jeez, it's taking forever for this thing to load. I'm thinking I want to put one. I'm near positive I want one right here. I think another city of import right here would also be a good idea. Because that's kind of the first place that you'd run into if any of the cities from like more towards the inward part of this sea here would want to come down for trade, this would be the first place they would want to get to. That's kind of my first go-to as far as thinking about what cities I would want to have be things. Is what would be logical places for trade. It kind of does bend a little bit inward there. Think of it as being right on that tip. Wondering if I already have an equivalent. Alright, finally loaded up. I can try and find the maps that I've scrambled together here. Alright, apparently I used this in 2016. At most recent, it looks like. And even 2017. I saved something in here. When did I use this in like September of this year? What did I do? Oh yeah, okay. I guess I did use this. I had been using. Oh crap! I closed the file like an idiot. I thought that it would. Good job, smart guy. Now, I thought it would only close that specific one and not the whole damn program. Well, don't take another hour. Alright, it thinks it's... Apparently it's still running somehow, but it's closed. I have to open that task manager. Alright, so we've got... Like, this would be a good city if we want it to be right up here. Possibly even nearer to here. Or even over here, actually. It's kind of just... What direction would I think would be kind of interesting for them to go? I feel like I'd like to save the larger city for a bit later. I suppose just going directly to it. I kind of want them to be focused on somewhere to the west, which could get you a good chunk of a more rural situation. Although going to the east would get them closer to the sort of the political situation. Well, not necessarily. The invaders can be landing just about anywhere. And if anything, it would be a juicier target to head to the west. Especially because it'd be so easy to just move through here, because they're coming from the east, get right over to here. If their natural paths would be, of course, just hit anywhere on the eastern coast. So they probably would have nabbed up some of these smaller islands. Anyway, so I could have them already, and they could have already grabbed these as well. I kind of want to set up the new Enwaric invaders as being like villains, except they're not really. They are villains, but not the villains. They're not the needlessly violent sorts of guys. Although they kind of are, somewhat. They aren't the worst of the worst. fact, how strong? What do I want their regular foot soldiers to be like? Do I want to have them all be berserkers? I feel like that'd be a bit much. Like we've got here at the back. Berserker is a challenge too. I mean, it is really just a great axe. They're not hard to hit. Alright, let's see if we can finally load up what I ended. Yeah, I've used this. I edited it as late as, like, as most recent as, like, July of... while ago. And by a while ago. Not just June of last year. Alright, so I'll switch over to this. Alright, this is the map that I look like, that I have it, that I've been using, had been using for so very long. So right here, we don't have anything right there. We've got a couple settlements around here. I remember that one, Alberg. I don't know if these seem fittingly Scottish, though. And I originally, like Penance, that's another name that I had over here. That could be where they're going. That could be, Yeah, let's put a couple dots around here so that we remember what we're doing. That's the map that I based this better looking map on, more useful map. Let's just go ahead and put it right here. That's approximately the kind of thing. I feel like I like that name though as well. Penance. It'd be the only other city that Valinium has control over. So they basically have like this. And name. Penance. I think that's a really good name. That'd also be a pretty fitting name for them. If they're going on a holy journey, their first stop is at Penance. Not penis, it's penance. Like penitentiary. Okay, then we got Axfell. A little too obvious. A lot of forests around here. Hillfield? Bit of an oxymoron there. I feel like they're very dwarvish sorts of names. Cloudtide, I like that one. like so far north, and Skyshore. Those are good names. I really like those names. Maybe, well, let's look up names of like Scottish cities. Scottish cities. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, Inverness, Aberdeen, Stirling, Perth, St. Andrews, Fort William. It's just going in order of whatever is up here. Kirkwall. So nothing really. Yeah. I don't know. I might need to get some real good Scottish names. And by population, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Dundee, Paisley, East Kilbride, Kilbride, I don't know. Inverness, Livingston, Hamilton. It's starting to get into a couple of rather Englishy names. Like Glenrothes, Oatbridge. That's 43,000 people. Motherwell. Maybe I should pick and choose some of these. Like, I really like Skyshore and Cloudtide. Hammerforge, Oxhorn, Hillfield, Great Tusk. May be able to get rid of those. Alberg. I can get behind that one. I think we should keep out Alberg. Steel Hull. I think that's pretty okay. Like Hillfield, that might be a good name for a small town somewhere. But probably nothing big. Axfell, that seems a little obvious. Because like, we're felling trees with axes. But we'll leave that dot there. I think that would be a good place for even for just a small trading town. Penance sounds good. I like Penance. I like the idea that Penance is a city where that is loosely defined as a city. It's really more of a. I mean, cities develop around castles and all the like. Yeah, that makes sense. Like they could have run it here. Really could be. It feels like it'd be about the same either way. Or even better if they come around here. I feel like it's just very fitting that the first place that they would want to go to on their quest to find a holy relic would be the city of Penance. Gotta do their due penance. Voluntary self-punishment, inflicted as an outward expression of repentance for having done wrong. I feel that's fitting. And this is a place that soldiers may have been sent to. This is like the front line, and it may have, at least a long time ago. You know, I should write this down. I should start up a new doc. Da, da, da. Da, na, 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 na. Da, da, da. Okay. Here we go, we got penance. Not that. How do I... No, and we want Times New Roman, please. Font 12. Make this permanent. Make this my default. What do you take me for? I mess with that in my settings. Penance. Why does it... What am I pressing? The Control Shift L? Oh, lame. Control Shift L, blah. Population. Also, we should double space this. Come on. I didn't study English for how many years just so you could not double space my stuff. This is driving me nuts right now. Also, yeah, double space. Thank you. What's the other one? Government, defense, lodging, temples. Kidding me? Come on. You too are double spaced. There we go. Government, defense, lodging, temples. Okay. Population, let's keep it at a modest. Alright, so we have 30,000 for Valenium. It should not... This city should be quite a bit smaller. 5,000? 3,000. 2,500. Let's kick it up to 3,500. 35,000. 3,500. Alright, I'm going to need to look up. But, ranks. What would be under a legatus? What kind of general? What kind of Roman-esque general? Head back to this. I was looking up the history of the Isle of Man. It's not really going to be that helpful. Roman ranks. Roman legion. Roman legions. Alright, legate. Senior officers. Commander of 2 or more legions. The Imperial Legate was also served as a governor. So this is the guy that rules all of it. He does not take on the rank of a king, because he does not want to. He wants to continue the strength. He wants to continue the empire as a faithful servant of the empire, not become emperor himself. Very important part of his character. I need to think of a good name for him. Something nice and Latin-y. Even though he's enough. This guy's important. Important NPC. What does Invictus mean exactly? Unconquerable, undefeated in Latin. Hmm. I'm looking up some of these. I was just thinking, like, Invictus Vincentius. But then that's actually kind of redundant in a way. Or ironic, actually. Because, like, Invictus is not conquer, where Vincentius is conquer. Let's go. I think I like Invictus. Invictus is a good one to go with here. Also, let's put that good century. Legatus. Victus. That's a good first name. What would be a good surname? Prioribus Brexit is risen. Peregrino. Peregrinus is Peregrine. What is Peregrine? Is that an English word? Peregrine. Coming from another country. It's an archaic for like sort of term for coming from another country, foreign or outlandish. Peregrine, stranger, alien, foreigner, pilgrim, crusader. I like that. Yeah, let's go with Invictus. I'm guessing Peregrino is the same thing. That's the first thing that it gives me. Oh, it is a surname. Yeah, it just means pilgrim. I think that's good. They're Invictus Peregrino. Like it. Legatus Invictus. The unstoppable pilgrim. He started from the bottom, now he's here. Essentially. Invictus Peregrino. Alright. Invictus Peregrino. As the governor and rules this city and claims all of Aurelian as rightfully under his command by right of his appointments by the as its Gatus. It's a Remian Legatus. Alright, Gatus Invictus Peregrino rules the city and claims all of Aurelian. Nah, that's kind of superfluous for this at the moment. Oh, I mean, it gives information. There's a lot about him. Is rightly under his jurisdiction. Spelled it right. I didn't spell it right. How do you spell it? Sure. Yes. Oh. Sure is. No. There's an R. Jurisdiction. Okay. Got the diction part. Alright. Alright. By right of his appointment as its legatus by the final Remian Emperor. Headed by Legatus Invictus Peregrino. Defends. It's in. I'm gonna need to think of how many troops it has. Because it should be a sizable force. What I want them to be the most powerful military in Aurelion, but they cannot really take any additional territory because they have because anytime that they march out to retake any land, everyone gets scared of them and they all put aside their fighting amongst each other and defend against them because they understand that the Legatus is easily the most, like, the Faithful Century is the most powerful military force, so they must defeat them or else they will all be annihilated one by one. I want to put the number here. Faithful Century, it's part of the Faithful Century. Or maybe all the Faithful Century should be in Millennium, where the majority is, where, I mean, just, they're all around, really. I like that, I like that. So we have two logical places for them to go. Millennium, which is the largest city, the largest settlement, so it's reasonable that they would go there for any reason. And then we've got the place that they have already been told that they are supposed to go to. That's two of the three party members that I have a backstory for. No, they're going there. Possibly a fourth. Yeah. Find out Saturday what our fourth is gonna be. Maybe even fifth. We'll see. Maybe we can get both of them made at the same time. Alright, so population 3,500. Government, defense, lodging, temples. These are kind of things that they would. The fourth edition, a fourth edition book that I have, kind of gives a bunch of quick notes about all this. So we've got a couple quick things. Penance, Millennium. It could hypothetically go anywhere else. Give them free reign. I want to drop some hints. Like Millennium, they'll hear about. Penance is they will already know about. I'm pretty certain that's where they would want to go first. Although I can make it an alternative that they would want to go. That the dragon they knew flew off. I want them to know where the dragon flew off to. They could immediately go to wherever the dragon went to. RL would definitely know. He would definitely see where it went off to. We'd say it went to the northwest. Or do I even know where I want to go? I need to determine what I want Dragon's actual mission to be. Hmm. Hmm. I would really like it if they go to penance first, though. So anyway, it's called penance. Oop. Book fell over. I didn't send anything flying. Catapult a fork off a plate. It's called penance because it's the front line. This was the front line, and it was that this is where you would go in order to make your penance for some ill that you have done. This would be a place that at some point people would have been sent to, that soldiers, a legion would have been sent to as this is the bad spot. You don't want to be going here. You don't want to have to make your penance. I'm going to draw a quick border. Yeah, quick border here. Let's actually make some rivers really quick. I did have a few hills kind of run at the center. Okay, let's just go with this. Will be a tentative border for Valenium. First of all, I would like to make some rivers, so it's definitely have a river here. I would definitely want to have a river. Right to there. Let's just erase. Raise that. Also one here. That would just be from right here. Nah, let's not do it from there. Let's have it branch off from there, but also go around here. I don't want to have... That's not quite it. How about... there. Alright, so this is gonna be their basic border here. So they've really got control of like this. It's not sizable. It's not huge. I'm pretty much just like cuts right through here. How do I want to signify that? Yeah, I think I'll just go with let's go with a nice purple. Let's actually make a new thing for this. This could be... This is political. 1337 or E. And this is cities. Or locales. Settlements. That's not as purple as I'd like. Go with this, a dark purple. Not something I need to specify it at the moment, but it's still something that I would like to get nailed down. I mean, I could color it in over there. I really just want to have a couple little places as to where they could go next. Alright, just basic things there. Then I'll make some kind of hills that go around this way that they will not cross. That are not easy to cross, so that will be a logical order there. But basically, this should... No, what? There we go. We just erased it, but that's how it goes. That's how it looks. That's how nature works. You don't choose. Oh, this, we actually... There we go. Pull this over here. Wagon. There we go. Yeah, they might have some smaller settlements around, but the only real mentionable ones at the moment, at least, are Valinium and Penance. This is one that we can keep off most of the time. Until we make a good looking, until we've colored in fully, we don't need to deal with it. I might even consider Gale to be part of it. I mean, it's because it's under its control, maybe nominally. I don't know if I want to make it like officially. This is Millennium controlled. Why wouldn't they? Why would they not consider it that? If they don't, they could just put a guy there, like a minister, and be like, alright, you're in charge. Yeah, they really could. I mean, if they're saying that all of the area is under the rightful control, then yes. There could, only if it's a vassal of sorts, and that they don't want to have to deal with overthrowing whoever is in charge there. So I will need to make a decision. Either it's going to be under Valinium, or it's going to be a vassal and ruled by possibly clans? Or some sort of local lord? I'll need to decide on that one. That may not... That'll need to be a bit sooner than later, too. That will likely not come up until... It may come up in, like, the second, possibly third session. Hopefully, my second. I don't know. Alright. How many cities? Alright. I only have one city placed. On this whole island in my old map. Let's go ahead. This one. Let's right there. Be small, maybe not even a port town. That was political settlements. And what do we want to have as a name? Let's look up. Translate here. Translate from English to... Go with Irish. Westward. It's just CR. Here. CR. Irish pronunciation. Jeez. Now the phonetic. Really wish I could put it a little bit. Yeah. Whatever. CR. Here. I think that'd be good. SIAR. Westward. Or west. What the name means in this world doesn't matter. It could be as simple as whatever. That could be just the nearest port to this island. Okay, I actually think I'm going to start another dock, because I just thought about how I want them, like what it's going to take for them to kind of stick around. Alright, let's file new document. But let's go ahead and Rename. Yeah, penance. There you go. Exactly. This one be session. Let's give it a tentative 4. All right. Also, always Times New Roman 12-point font, please. How can I make this the default? All right. Having acquired funds to chart a vessel, a party, set sail for the destination they have decided upon. Well, I was saying that primarily the way that they're going to be doing this, they're going to be getting off the island. That's third. There we go. Full point. So, I'm thinking the way that they're gonna need to get off the island. Alright, let's say, since the sighting of the dragon, sailors have been reluctant to set sail. Bringing regular ship passage to a halt. I've acquired the funds to charter a I've acquired the funds to charter the bravest vessel persuade courage into a crew. Party that's sail for the destination they've decided upon. All right, that's what what I am foreseeing their goal in Kimna, the island of Kimna, to be. They just get enough money to get off this island and get on with their quest. A simple beginning, but I feel that'd be good for one, potentially 2 completely new players, and 1 person that has not played D&D very much. And also, there's no E in that. Thank you, autocorrect, for being expedient. Yes, saving. Not having a save button here kind of weirds me out. Okay. Alright, so these are basic locations that they could likely go to. Not that one. We've got what I believe is the most likely, maybe a second most likely, third most likely, fourth most likely. Perhaps. Dun 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 dun. I should also come up with a name for this. I do have a city, old city here that I could put down. Yeah. Alright, this one is a bit more of a fancy elvy name. Nelaxine. But how do you pronounce that word? Siar. Alright, like, or shh, one or the other. Shh. Char. Yeah. Okay, alright, so that's a... It's a C. No, wait, hold on. More of a seer. Yeah, I think it's like a seer. That's an interesting like, seer. Seer. Alright, seer. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly make another doc for that, just in case. Making a million things here. So, seer. Bug the hell out of me until I make this default. Seer. Like just looking at it, it's just seer. Like fear with an S. Seer. sincere. Like fear, but with an S. A small... let's go a fishing community. On the... on the island of... what one's called Nelxine? Sure, yeah. Call the island Nelxine as well. Unless I think of a reason to call it something else. Cool. Really just, like, if it's small enough that I could ignore it, I could always delete it in the future. Maybe even just make a smaller layer for, like, tiny settlements versus large ones. That would also be a good idea. But right now, that's unnecessary. I mean, if they really would want to go to south or southwest, they could. Maybe they wouldn't know what's down there. I'm not going to say what kind of settlements are there, so for all they know, there isn't any land down there, because this is a whole new world. They probably won't even have the map. Alright. So we've got 4 possibilities here. Digging this. Yeah, this is cool. Like it. Looking good. Let's actually any of this one. I don't want it to start in that place. Let's just have it end. I want to start here and end in the sea somewhere. I'm just enjoying looking at the map. Let's look up one more. No, to translate. See what's like south in Scottish Gaelic. Deis. Southward. Deis. Wait. No. Dictionary. Not even showing up on Wiktionary. Catalan, Galician, Latin, Old French, Old Portuguese, and Walloon. I don't know if I want to call it that, but let's just leave it blank for the moment. Kind of just gotta admire a map. I just like looking at maps. It's part of the reason that I guess I like CK2 so much. Kind of annoying that anytime I add out of this, it always goes to the last one. Might as well just keep that one in the back. Anything else that I want to do? Alright, so this is the absolute, just few things that I want to introduce. In a second or third session, whenever they get to Gale, they will hear about, or around that time, they'll hear about these locations. Penance they will already know about. I should probably say that in the introduction or what. Yeah, let's actually maybe make that right now. Find that. See. Planning. Holy quest. Yeah. Put that in. That was more brainstorming. I want to have it in the introduction. It's loading. Look at it go. Oh, I already closed the other one. Does that mean that it's not gonna... There it is. Okay, I didn't even continue the rest of it. I didn't even continue an introduction for the rest of it. So that's when I would enter into scene with the guys on the boat. So that's why I didn't actually add it. Oh, where did I have it written out? Or maybe I should just actually have it on the very bottom here. Yeah, I should say... Alright. I'll kind of indent here. You and your fellow pilgrims. Let's not be vague here. Dan, Jean-Luc, and your fellow pilgrims have been at sea for weeks, seemingly for weeks, and now grow near to your destination of the city of Penance. A stronghold against the stronghold of faith against the oncoming stronghold of faith against heathen invaders. as you rouse from your sleep, you hold on, we'll go a little bit more. You are the shakes as you are jostled. How do you spell jostled? That's not how you spell jostled. Is it? No way. Is that really how you spell jostled? Is the autocorrect just being slow? Jeez, took me to... Yeah, it's so wrong. It took me to a bunch of, like, Swedish sites on Google. You are... Vessel shakes and you are... You are woken. Alright. You are woken by a violent shaking of the boat. A terrifying roar shakes your soul. Terrifying roar from the deck shakes your very soul. Terrifying roar from... Okay, well, let's not even say from the deck. A terrifying roar shakes your very soul. You are sleeping below deck when you are awoken by a violent shaking of the boat. A terrifying roar shakes your very soul. And that's where we will begin. I think that's some solid narration there, if I do say so myself. Very cool, very cool. Super solid. You are sleeping below deck. This is why you proofread. This is why I proofread, kids. You're sleeping below deck. You're woken by a violent shaking of the boat. Terrifying roar shakes your very soul. That's good. That's good. With oh, I'm at the perfect length. I don't want to add anything. I'll just say, what do you do at that point? That would be out of the italicized text, and then that would be out of this italicized text and into Dungeon Master mode. It's already 3 o'clock. I think I got some solid stuff. So we worked a decent bit on. We did the other day. We did first steps. Now we did third to fourth-ish steps because I kind of wanted to skip forward so that I could see a little bit more of what I would like to be doing in a more immediate future. Then second steps may come soon. I don't think I want to stream. I want to stream this like all the time. And certainly streaming it certainly helps me like work on it, actually get the preparation going versus just thinking, oh, I'm gonna be fine. I got what I need, really. And really thinking about it, I putting out all the stuff here certainly does help. I've gotta populate the area around them. Don't need to go hardcore on stuff where they are not anywhere near. So second steps will probably be next whenever I do work on it. I might work on it on my own time, I might stream it, but again, I don't want it to be the main thing that I'm streaming tomorrow. I may do it tomorrow because I may actually be getting back home kind of late, or it may just be perfect timing that I could stream something else. I kind of want to finish up my Ireland campaign. I want to build up as much as I can, as much as I possibly can, and then attack France. If I can make headway against France in that campaign, I will continue. If I cannot do anything against them, then I'll just call it there and I'll go for the achievement some other time. Because I've got so many campaigns backlogged right now, I want to finish up some things. The Emu Empire won't be that difficult as well. Probably. I mean, once Germany and Britain get into gear, we can take on the US pretty easily. I'd imagine. Alright, I just kind of want to wait out this song. Man, that's Sonic 06 music. It's actually good. The only good thing about that game. I just kind of want to leave the stream with a fade out as the music is ending. So this is cool. Good spot. So thank you guys very much for joining me. Follow the channel if you have not already for more D&D preparation action among actual action in video games. Till next time, thank you guys very much for joining me. I already said that part. Rock over London, rock on Chicago. I'm Cyrock Omega, and have a nice day. Later.